I know some of you are into PC games like Age of Empires 3 and Dark Messiah, and some of you like the console action of Need for Speed and Dead Rising. Can't we all just get along? Let's find out. It's a social experiment and it's happening right now on Cheat. Welcome to Cheat, where we mean to make the most of your precious game time. I'm Kristen Holden. This time out, we've cracked a mixed bag of PC and console titles to get you powered up and maxed out in no time. We'll cover everything from the zombie wasting action of Dead Rising to the nation building of Age of Empires 3. But first, here's how to properly arm yourself in Dark Messiah. If swords, magic, and mayhem are your kind of thing, then have we got a game for you. Here's a tip that will help you on your way in Dark Messiah. Now, we all just love killing things with bows and arrows. But once you run out of arrows, the party's over, right? You just need to find infinite arrows. Here's how. Make your way into the dreaded spider pit. These aren't your average spiders, so watch your back. You'll have to apply a little bit of strategy here if you want to get through this alive. First, don't let them gang up on you. If you do, you'll never get them off, and their poison will make short work of you. Try to take them in small groups. They're very vulnerable to fire, so use your flaming arrows or your fire traps. And kicking works too. Once you get to the main layer, take the left passage to the underground stream. At the end, you will find a dead orc. Take the key off of his belt because you'll need this later in the game. Now make your way out, take another left into the small passageway, and you're in the Great Shaft. Yes, you will have to climb all the way up there to get out. Now, take extra care here because it's very easy for the spiders to gang up on you. Take some precautions and lay down some more flame traps. You'll need to neutralize the spider threat before you start your ascent. You can either lure them back down the tunnel, then make a run for it, or you could be tough and just make a stand. Remember what I said about the flame traps. Also remember to keep your antidote handy here. You never know when the spiders will strike. When doing battle, try to make circles around them and strike from a distance with your flame arrows. Now you can start your long climb to the top. Keep your rope arrows handy because you're going to need a lot of them here. Try to be realistic about how far you can jump. Don't plant arrows too far away from you. Also, make sure you think through your path. You may need to shoot more than one rope arrow to get to your next platform. Eventually, you'll find your way to the exit, but it doesn't end here. Pass the exit and continue your climb. Be sure to place your arrows in the right place. One miscalculation and you become spider food. Climb into the topmost tunnel, unlock the chest with the key you found on the dead orc, and behold, the infinite arrows. I might not have the magic, stealth, and combat ratings that some of you have in Dark Messiah, but just you try beating me on accessorization points. I can pull an outfit together better than any of you noobs. Oh what, you don't think that counts for something? Tell it to Kent the photographer in Dead Rising. There's more to life than smashing zombie skulls in, you know. Prestige isn't just for magicians and Pulitzer winners anymore. Dead Rising allows you to feel important just by accomplishing a few tasks. Forget experience points. Prestige points are the bread and butter of Dead Rising's leveling system, and you won't be pulling moves like Disembowel without some. Here are some ways to rack up. Ken is like you because he's a photographer. Ken is unlike you because he's crazy. Margot Kidder crazy. Your first meeting with Kent will be all about him. Looks like he's trying to get his modeling portfolio together.
Feast your eyes on my work.
This section is just a poorly disguised photography tutorial. First, he'll want you to snap a shot of him taking a photo of you. Afterwards, he won't be satisfied with anything less than getting his cool pose on film. You can catch this one when he does that manly arm pump. For more prestige points, get a photo of him jump kicking a zombie. Congratulations! You've given Ken a fighting chance at beating out those legions of exotic dancers for a spot on America's Next Top Model. After you satisfy this diva's demands, he'll let you know what he really wants. An erotica photo worth more than 500 prestige points. The easiest time to get this photo is after the completion of case file 2-2 when Jessie is sitting on the bed. To get maximum points, go for the up skirt shot, but lose her head. That doesn't make me feel dirty at all. Meet with Kent for a second time at noon on day 2. He'll reluctantly acknowledge your photographic prowess and make a date for the next day at noon.
Beginner's luck. That's all.
Be sure to be on time for this appointment. If you're not, then his hostage will be dead and you'll have to fight him with bare hands. In the final confrontation, Kent finally lets his freak flag fly. Give him the shots he's really been begging for and reap the rewards. The book he leaves behind increases the PP value of all photos you take by 100%. Oh, and you can save this guy. But who really cares about him? Here are some other simple ways of racking up prestige points. Flexen's gym in Alfresca Plaza is a great place to score easy points. And it even has automatic doors to keep those pesky zombies away while you tone your manly physique. Run on every treadmill for an easy 22,000 points and destroy every punching bag for 18,000 PP. Complete the Space Rider in Wonderland Plaza for 10,000 points. Finally, you'll find something amiss with the giant surf bot at Child's Play in Paradise Plaza. To match the correct eyes to mouth, throw something heavy at the statue, like this conveniently placed cash register. Use your handy spitting ability, accessed when you have nothing in your inventory, for the fine-tuning. That's 10,000 PP well-deserved. Ugh, I hate it when zombies ruin my workout. There's a few zombies who belong to my gym, and it's just gross, especially when they want to use the hot tub. Parts of them keep falling off until it looks like a giant stew pot. Anyways, we'll check out Age of Empires 3 right after the break, but first, here's a quick cheat for Company of Heroes. During World War II, your comrades, your rifle, and the road ahead were the only things you had. In Company of Heroes for your PC, the fog of war shrouds the enemy and renders their location unknown. Luckily, I'm here to provide the winds of illumination. Enter the following code to turn off the fog of war. This removes all the black areas on your map so you don't have to scout it out first. Now, go get 'em!
You're in G4's video game mashup. Now, cheat.
It's back! Today, only from Wirefly.com, you can choose your favorite color of Motorola Razr, free when ordered with a new wireless plan. Wirefly.com is the internet's #1 seller of wireless phones and plans. View every available rate plan from every provider in your area. Your free Motorola Razr arrives via free FedEx shipping with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Call 1-800-552-9000 or visit Wirefly.com today.
Are you involved in a lawsuit waiting to receive compensation you deserve? Oasis Legal Finance can advance you the money you need now. When you're wrongfully injured through no fault of your own and unable to work or pay your bills, life can be tough.
Our attorney says we have an excellent case, but the other side keeps delaying. It's been over a year. Meanwhile, I can't work, can't pay my bills, and we're close to losing the car and the house.
Don't let this happen to you. Call Oasis. They've prepaid millions of dollars over the last 12 months to people just like you, with absolutely no obligation to repay if you lose your case. Call the number at the bottom of the screen, and a helpful Oasis representative will assist you.
I haven't been able to work since I was injured over 9 months ago. And our lawyer says it could still be months before we settle our suit. But Oasis stepped up and gave me the cash I needed so my family could make it.
Call Oasis to get the money you need, the money you deserve. Extended legal battles don't hurt big insurance companies. They hurt people like you. And insurance companies rarely step up to pay injured people quickly. That's why so many attorneys recommend Oasis to their clients.
They were going to repossess our car. But then I called Oasis, and within a couple days, they sent a check to help see us through, until the insurance company settles.
No matter what your personal injury might be, if you're waiting for a settlement and need cash, call Oasis and get the money you need now for medical bills, rent, car, or house payments. Whatever your financial needs, Oasis is here to help. With Oasis, there are no upfront fees and no obligation to repay if you lose your case. When you're approved, you can get a check in as little as 24 hours. Call Oasis now.
Step inside the universe of a true comic book genius. Icons, Frank Miller, Sunday at 11 on G4.
Welcome back to Cheat. Remember just the other day when you were saying, gee, Kristen, I wish I could somehow combine my love of gaming and my fascination with the early days of European colonization in the New World? Well, you're in luck. Here are some tips for Age of Empires 3 War Chiefs. Nothing makes history more fun than the Age of Empires series. And the Age of Empires 3 War Chiefs expansion pack is no exception. You lead the bloody charge against the British in the American Revolution. Luckily, we're here to make sure you survive one of the most challenging battles, Valley Forge. The objective is simple: take out the British fortress to seize control of the area. Doing this, however, is a little more complicated.
What is your command?
The first order of business is to shelter the men from the bitter cold.
We need to get the men busy building proper quarters.
You'll need to build 6 soldiers' quarters in all. In order to do this, you'll need ample resources. Free up the resource camps by killing the bandits and animals that guard them. Remember, your units will take damage when they're not close to the fires, so make your expeditions short. The fires will heal you when you return to them. If you lose too many men, you'll lose the mission.
Get back to the fires if it gets too cold.
There's a trapped villager directly to the north that will be needed to harvest the wood for the shelters. The villager will not take damage from the cold the same way your other units do, so take advantage. Keeping this villager alive is your key to early success. Once you've built 6 shelters, your units will be free to roam without taking damage from the cold. Next up, feed your men. Continue collecting food until you have enough. Free the reserve soldiers by destroying the enemy tower in the north. Use them to guard your town from British invaders while you're away.
To battle!
You'll be given instructions to go to the baker's shop in town, but it's much easier to scout the countryside for the resources instead. In the southwest corner, you'll find a mobile watchtower. Place it near one of your town's entrances for extra protection. Beware, there are British patrols everywhere. Don't let them gang up on your force unless you want to lose the battle. Taking them out in small numbers is far more effective. Build trade posts at the Huron settlements. This will give you the ability to produce Huron medicine men and mantlets, which will come in handy later.
I'll do it. The food stores are full.
Once the food quota is met, build a town center. You'll need to quickly fortify to keep the British at bay. While your villagers gather resources, remember to protect them with troop detachments. The British are sneaky and will try to weaken your efforts by taking out your supply lines.
What can I do?
Now build, build, build! You're gonna need a large, strong force if you're gonna defeat the British, so get to it! Once you have adequate infrastructure, start cranking out units. Having a combination of infantry and cannons is most effective.
I'll do it.
Before you start the attack, build a fire pit. Spawn at least 15 villagers to perform the war dance. This will bolster the damage your units will do in battle. The more dancing villagers, the stronger your troops' attacks will be.
I'll do it.
Build a secondary force of infantry and 3 or more cannons. Attack the British watchtowers to the north while you move your main force to the south. This will not only distract them from the main attack, it'll also weaken defenses around your objective, the fortress.
To battle.
Destroy as many buildings as possible from the ridge. This will make your main approach easier. Remember to protect your cannons with infantry. If you lose your artillery, it'll make it more difficult to take out enemy buildings. Join your 2 forces at the entrance to the town and make a hard push. Try to meet the enemy infantry head-on while your cannons do most of the work. Take out towers and barracks first, since they pose a greater threat. When you finally reach your objective, concentrate all your forces. Remember, this battle is not about how many enemy troops you eliminate, it's about destroying the British fortress. Focus on that, and victory is yours. Take your cheats with you wherever you go. It's easy. Just visit g4tv.com/podcast for clips of this and your other favorite shows. We'll race for pinks in Need for Speed Carbon when Cheat returns. But first, here's a handy tip for you GTA fans. Traffic is a biatch, especially when everyone is shooting at you. In PSP's Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories, you drive everything from a motorcycle to an ambulance. When you need to be somewhere and you just can't wait behind someone at a light, enter this code and watch as all the cars get destroyed. Make sure you aren't near them though, or you might not be alive for your meeting. I need to find a way to do this during rush hour.
You're in G4's video game mashup. Now, cheat.
1, 2, down, up, and 1, 2, down, up.
Warning. Use caution when wearing Tag body spray in the vicinity of a multi-hottie pet pyramid, because cheerleaders can be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Tag body spray for guys. Consider yourself warned.
The Sprint Power Network gives you the power to make calls, check email, wirelessly download your favorite songs, watch live TV right on your phone. No one has a more powerful network. Plus coverage across the country where you need it, and more. Now try Sprint for 30 days risk-free and get the powerful M500 for $29.99. Sprint. Power up.
We have been testing the Chic Quattro Titanium to see if it really is of the easy. 3, 2, 1.
With 4 advanced blades, Quattro Titanium stays sharp to give you a close, smooth shave with less irritation.
Chic Quattro Titanium.
So, 12 o'clock tea time, someone rear-ends us. Day shot, right? Except I just switched to Progressive Direct Online. They gave me a couple of competitive prices. I picked Progressive and saved $400 a year. And I've been trying to tell these guys I also get their concierge service. So I drop off my car, pick up a rental, and we're gone. So I save $400 and our tea time. Fantastic.
Progressive Direct. It's about you. And it's about time. Sign up online and save $50.
Come on. Backed into a pole. She didn't even wake up.
Hey, Mike.
I'll be right back. Thanks.
These are for your rental.
That's it.
Yeah. Body shop is picking up your car.
Right.
We'll call you.
Thanks.
Switch to Progressive and get complimentary concierge service. It's about you, and it's about time.
Tonight on Attack of the Show. It's the weirdest of the weird when we explore the oddities New York's Comic-Con has to offer. And don't place that bid just yet. You'll never believe what we found when it came from eBay. It's Attack of the Show tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome back to Cheat. Thanks to Need for Speed Carbon, you don't even need a license to be an irresponsible driver. Of course, if you want to complete the game, you want to avoid crashing and burning. Here are some hot drifting tips to help you on your way through downtown. Get ready, racing fans! EA's Need for Speed Carbon is here for Xbox 360. This newest racer in the popular series combines the tuner customization of Need for Speed Underground with the police chases of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. You'll go head-to-head with opponents while trying to avoid the police through a dynamically changing open-ended world. You and your crew must race in an all-out war for the city, risking it all to conquer your rivals' neighborhoods one block at a time. Here's how it works. You want the girl, drive. You want the ride, and you most definitely want to rule the streets. With crafty driving skills, you're going to be the most wanted, most notorious street racing criminal in Rockport's history. Here's a few tips to become Rockport's superstar driver. At the beginning of the race, rev up your car and keep your eye on the tachometer needle. Whenever it turns green, you're in the perfect launch zone. And if it's green when the start timer reaches 0, you'll smoke past your competition. The best part of this game is that you'll rarely need to apply the brakes when racing. After all, this is Need for Speed, so be sure to speed up in the middle of a turn. Whenever possible, look at your mini-map in the left-hand corner of the screen. You'll get to see about a quarter mile ahead, but most importantly, you'll be able to see what shortcuts are coming up. After winning some races, you can take your earnings and trick out your ride. Add nitrous, body kit, rims, you name it. and give your car a little style. Remember, you're a gangster, so your turf will be getting attacked from time to time. You'll need kick-ass driving skills to keep it, or you'll lose your street cred. Now, let's talk about heat. Heat decides how aggressive the police will be, and more importantly, what kind of arsenal they'll use on you. It increases over time during pursuits, which means you won't be able to reach high heat levels early in the game. While in hot pursuit, there will be several ways to lose the cops. You can ram into them, or run into obstacles to lose your tails. Just look at your mini-map and you'll see a small triangle. Drive towards it and let the demolition begin. To decrease your heat, go into any car shop and start changing the visuals on your car. The easiest way is to change the car's body kit and give it a new paint job. Now hit the streets and watch out for the heat. When you've pimped your ride and uploaded it to the Need for Speed website, tell them your girl Kristen sent you. A little love for the show that showed you how it's done, that's all I'm asking. We're entering the Necropolis in Dark Messiah right after the break, but first, here's a quick cheat for Avatar: The Last Airbender. The world is a dangerous place, especially in Avatar: The Last Airbender. This fantasy land is divided into 4 kingdoms where the Fire Nation wants to put you down for a dirt nap. Since you can't achieve the ultimate Avatar state at level 1, why not give yourself unlimited health until you get there? Go to the code screen and type in 94677 and receive unlimited health. Now the Fire Nations are in trouble.
Attention all gamers, X-Plays in prime time.
How can I join in the fun?
Join Adam and Morgan for all new episodes featuring live on-screen chat, interactive polls, and video viewer mail.
What do you guys think the worst game of all time is?
Keep the video viewer mails coming.
Catch an all-new X-Play, weeknights at 8, only on G4.
Just tell me right now, like first impression, would you marry me?
There's so many different things about me that I do not like.
Let's talk about something fun. How about magic?
I like peanuts. I like cashews, especially candied. Anything in a trail mix.
Tired of bad dates? Maybe it's time to try eHarmony. At eHarmony, we only match you with other singles who have been pre-screened for compatibility with you. So when you get to the first date, you know you have so much in common. Log on today and get your free personality profile.
Now at Pizza Hut, buy a large Cheesy Binds pizza for just $11.99 and get a free LG chocolate phone with a new 2-year activation on a Verizon wireless plan of $39.99 or more. A free phone from the pizza that gives you more.
Can I hold it? No.
Want more? Get America's favorite pizza, Pizza Hut.
My family is amazed with what I've done, going to school and taking care of them. They always tell me how proud they are. My name is Mark Dong. I'm a senior engineering technician for a civil engineering consulting firm. I help the engineers with the graphics of their designs. I love my job because there's such good teamwork. When I went to China to get married, I made the decision to go back to school. I know that without my education, I wouldn't be where I am right now. The faculty and staff at ITT Tech were very helpful in my development. In fact, I still maintain contact with some of my instructors. I just love to watch my 2 boys grow up, and I want to give them the best that I can.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. Call 1-800-327-1172 or visit us on the web. Get an education that can help you reach your goals. ITT Tech has information on financial aid programs for those who qualify. Call 1-800-327-1172 today.
At Gamefly, our passion for gaming has led us to rent games differently. We think different is better. Choose from thousands of the latest and classic video games delivered right to your door. Keep them as long as you want with no late fees. Then send them back in our prepaid envelope. People think we're crazy to rent games for as low as $8.95 for the first month. We think we're visionaries. Our vision? Make renting easier. Different? Maybe. Smarter? We think so. Go to Gamefly.com and start renting differently.
New low starting price. Product shown rated E through F.
There are times you gotta ask yourself, do you think you've got the torque? Or do you know you've got the torque? Get Q Torque Power for trucks. Heat activated to help more of your engine's power reach the road. No leading synthetic motor oil delivers more torque than Q Torque Power. Full synthetic Q Torque Power for trucks. Unleash all your horses.
Go to G4TV.com. Always fresh, always new, always plugged in.
don't even know where home is anymore. Covering live events for G4 means living out of a suitcase. The Tokyo Game Show is insane. That myth about vending machines filled with used panties, not a myth. CES live from Vegas, yes, but my last 5 meals have come out of the mini bar and I can't get my hands on an iPhone or a booth babe. At Comic-Con, a dwarf drinks my producer under the table and steals our gear. We have to borrow a camera from a stormtrooper to make our live broadcast. This year E3 is closed to the public, but thousands are pushing to get in, and then Olivia reminds me, Kev, this is G4. We can go anywhere.
Welcome back to Cheat. Earlier in the show, I tipped you off about the infinite arrows option in Dark Messiah. You'll be glad you have that when you reach the last level. It's called the Necropolis, which is Greek for, I hope you brought your A-game, bud. There's nothing like the last level of an epic first-person shooter, and Dark Messiah offers one of the best payoffs around. The Necropolis is a very nasty place, full of perilous deep pits, zombies, death knights, evil priests, and lich lords. Not to mention what Aaron's here has in store for you when you finally reach the end. Here's a short guide to ensuring your success in the Necropolis. Upon entering the vast tomb, you're confronted by the wailing voice of a tortured soul. Ishtvan pleads for you to release his soul into the abyss.
Help me, and I'll help you.
In exchange, he promises to enlist the help of his father, one of the Lich Lords that you have to face later in the level. It's in your best interest to please Ishtvan. Start by loosening the magic chains that bind his crypt. There are 2. The first lies close to the beginning on the other side of the sepulchre. Simply climb up to it and release it.
That's 1.
Be careful not to fall. It's a long way down. You'll know when you're close to the second lock when you see the Guardian statue. Climb over the stone archway and unlock the chain. You'll know he is freed when you see little lights leaving the crypt. Release the circular stairway and make your way down to the abysmal entrance. Ishtvan keeps his end of the bargain and promises the protection of his father in the battle to come.
You have freed me. I will keep my word and mark you for my father's eyes, and your way will be opened.
Remember to use the combination of your lightning shield and the flame sword. In order for it to be effective, allow your enemy to attack you first. This will stun him, allowing you time to strike with your flame sword, delivering the death blow swiftly. This becomes very handy later, especially when you become outnumbered by death knights and priests. When facing the undead Cyclops, try to avoid confrontation. Instead, run through the room and cut the rope, releasing a heavy stone block that will do your work for you. The Cyclops will only take up precious resources and slow you down. Beware the narrow passageway that immediately follows. If it looks like a trap, then it probably is. Let the flames run their course and move into the next room. Whenever you get the chance to kill your enemies from above, take advantage. This doesn't happen very often and can make your travels through the crypt that much easier. Beware the 4 Lich Lords that guard the entrance to Arontir's lair. However, since you decided to help Ishtvan earlier, you will be relieved to know that his father has decided to help you.
I shall help you to deal with this fool.
As the other Lich Lords enter the fray, Ishtvan's father turns and faces them, allowing you to concentrate your efforts on taking out the remaining enemies. Good karma pays off. Unfortunately, his commitment ends here. It's time to face Arontir. Bulldoze past the remaining Death Knights and Priests. When you come face to face with Arontir, prepare yourself.
You have no idea of what is at stake here.
You're going to need all your mana to keep replenishing your health. Strike Arontir repeatedly with your sword. You'll have to weaken him before he summons the help of his little friend, the undead dragon. Shoot the dragon with your fire arrows. When you stun the dragon, hit Arontir with your sword again. You'll have to repeat this sequence a number of times before he finally succumbs to his injuries. Now comes the best part. You have a choice to make, but we won't spoil it for you. And that's all the cheat you're getting for now. If you missed any of these tips, visit g4tv.com/cheat, or you can write to us at cheat@g4tv.com. Until next time, I'm Kristen Holt, and you've been cheating.